Hi there, Richard Matheru here, and today I want to talk about how you can generate momentum instantly and periodically, which is essential, into your home business for a lot better results. Now, I know you understand the word momentum, but I want to apply it to the home business sort of area that we're in, because it's kind of like spinning a plate. You know that the tricks you see at the circus, that kind of thing. If you're not adding pace to that plate all the time, eventually it will start to slow and crash to the ground. It's the same with your business. If you don't know the daily activities, if you don't know periodically what you should be doing to add that pace to your business and to your teams, it will just slow, it will get more frustrating, more work for less results, and eventually just crash to the floor. So we don't want that to happen, obviously, to you. So let me start at the beginning, which is what your first step should be with your new team members. And if you haven't got team members, if you're really struggling, this should be what you do today. This should be what action you take to get some better results. So a question was asked to me the other day on Facebook, which I commented on, and that was, what do you recommend doing first with your new reps? Should I train them on prospecting? Should I train them on recruiting? Should I train them on duplication? Blah, 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 And I said, well, what I would do first and what I do first is get results. Get them a result. You know when you first join this business that you're excited, but it still isn't solidified in your brain that it's possible for you. It's probable, maybe, you hope, you see the success, that's why you put your money where your mouth is and you take action, but you still don't quite know if it's for you, if you can taste it, if you can do it. There's always that little bit of doubt. So if I can go and get your result as your upline straight away, if I can get at least one person in your business in the first 24, 48 hours, what does that tell you? It tells you that you can do this. It tells you that you've seen the process, because I'll guide you through it, but I'll just be a little bit behind you. So I'm pushing you through, but I'm monitoring and helping steer you, so you can then recreate that yourself. You know how to then build a business. You know how to do everything from creating a lead through to closing a lead and getting them started too. So when times get tough and when life gets in the way and when dry patches hit you, you can think, well, no, I've done this before, I know the process, I'm just going to go out there and repeat it, and of course get support from your upline if you need it. If I was to lay a lot of training on you and say, let's start with prospecting, let's start with this, let's start with that, to be honest, it's only one piece of the jigsaw. You need to know it all to stand any chance of signing somebody up, unless that person absolutely trusts you and you're in a position of massive authority in your local area or in your circle of friends. Then sometimes if you're lucky enough to be that person, which is the minority, you can just say, well, look, join this, I'm doing it, and people will go, yeah, okay, but that's like 1% of the population. So what I'm trying to get across is, it's pointless giving somebody one skill, one tool, when they need a toolbox. Okay, let's show them prospecting, that's where we start at, creating leads. What do they do with that lead? They mess it up because they don't know what questions to ask, they're not confident, and if they know how to recruit, they ask the right questions, but they don't know how to close, so they lose the person anyway. They end up putting more time, more effort, more education to just be more frustrated. It would have been easier to learn nothing and fail, as opposed to learn a whole lot of skills with some missing pieces, so they've wasted time and money. Far better, go out there. If they're local to you, who can you get in front of me tomorrow? I'll come around tomorrow, let's do a party at your house, get me 5 people, I'll show you how it's done. If they're not local to you, if you're using the internet, who can we get in a 3-way call today, tomorrow? Who can we share the information with, and then I'll help follow up, you listen and you see how it's done. Very simple, but very effective, massive momentum. They do the same with their people and it grows, it grows, it grows. A mistake a lot of you are making, big mistake, and I made it for a while, is you only think of your own results. Now you should depend upon yourself to create your own income, but the necessity to last at this game is momentum, and to have momentum you need duplication. So unless you want to spend the rest of your network marketing career scratching around for 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 sign-ups yourself and then just plugging them into a system that they don't really quite understand and you're giving them no help, don't hold the hand but they need some help, you're just going to be doing that constantly. You're going to be constantly looking for the next sign-up, the next sign-up. You're just going to try and out-recruit your attrition. That's all you're going to be doing, and you're no really better off than being in a job, are you? If you have to put the time in to get the money, trading time for money is a big reason why a lot of you got in this, and me too, to leave that. So get some duplication by doing this simple process at the start and getting something that duplicates if you ever want to have a chance of being able to sit back on a beach somewhere and have your team help grow your income, which is why we're in this, right? Freedom. Okay, so what else I want to talk about? One more point. You need to periodically add momentum into your business. So we've got the start, we're kicked off there. Periodically, you can do that by that system of duplication, by them continually doing that to their new people. There's always somebody fresh coming in doing the same thing. But I would recommend you have things out there like challenges. Plug your teams into the training events. Those two things are massive. You look at any big organization, they do those two things. Periodically, they have competitions to give urgency to people, to say, look, we're having a cut-off date for this, and you're going to win something. There's a reason, there's a big benefit I'm doing it now, as opposed to next week or next month. Give them exposure, give them a pat on the back, give them credibility, give them a physical prize, something. You know when you see a competition for a holiday or a car or whatever, you go harder. It's just it's human nature. So have that in your team. Or if you can't afford to do that, plug them into the company's what did I say? Incentives. Plug them into the company's incentives to make sure that they're switched on and engaged. And finally, the events. If you get somebody to an event, your major breakthroughs always happen at them. My major breakthroughs, the leaders' major breakthroughs, they always happen at events. When you see so much success around you with people doing exactly what you're trying to do, when you can speak to those people and ask them questions directly and listen to what they have to say about important topics that you maybe been Googling for ages and get it direct from these really top, million dollar income earners, it cannot help but massively impact your motivation, your belief, your drive to do better, and people just see that coming off you. You take action you wouldn't have taken, and so will your team members. Get them to the team events so you develop a culture, so you have that energy constantly every so many months coming into your business as well as those new people. So I hope you see how that's different to how a lot of you are probably going about it right now, which is kind of solitary. You're just trying to bring people in any way. You get a couple in and you're kind of clinging on to them and you're giving them too much of an overload of information. They don't do anything, they fall by the wayside, and you have to try and go and out recruit them, and you're too busy, you don't have the money to go to an event, it's a tough game if you're playing it that way, guys. So get some momentum, get people results, get some massive action, get plugged into the events and the incentives, and you're going to see it snowball and snowball and snowball and create the freedom that we both know is possible in this industry. So go and create a day that counts. Use these tactics. The sun is shining. I hope it is where you are too, and I'm going to see you on the next video, guys.